Hey guys, it's MeAdmiralStarks back with another video. Now recently, event squads in Enlisted have been a rather hot topic, and I was wondering, why wouldn't we go over every single event squad I have on my Enlisted profile that I've been playing the game pretty much since the day one. Yes, I have missed event here or there, but I truly believe I have majority of the available event squads in Enlisted. Now, if you want to play a little game, you can guess down below in the comments, write down a number. How many event squads do you think I have on my profile, combining all of the 4 nations together? Write down the comments, write your answer down in the comments below, and at the end of the video, I'll give you the precise number, and we'll see how close you got. I'm gonna try and quickly rank these squads, and I'm gonna really try and do it very quickly, because we have quite a few of them. I don't want this video to go over like 20 minutes or something. So here we go. At the very bottom, in the 7th place, I have to place the Gaz MM truck, which is an SPAA, which is its main job, and it's not very good at its main job. It is very poor survivability here. The bomb blasts are gonna take out your crew. The only upside being, even if the crew dies, you can spawn up the next time and the truck might itself survive. So I guess that's pretty cool. You can take out some light tanks if you aim down the side, because that's when you can actually lower your barrel, but facing forwards is just not good, and hitting planes with this thing is not very easy as well. And even if you do hit them, they tend to just not take any damage. Maybe we need to make a new video on it. Maybe something's changed, but last time I played it, it was pretty underwhelming. Now we have the Sholokhov ATR anti-tank squad. Now this is a very long time ago Moscow event squad with this AT rifle, which is BR1 AT rifle. The only cool thing is that you can change out the weapon, your main weapon, which kind of dictates which BR you're gonna get with this squad. This is the only reason why this is not in the last place. I believe this originally came with these Mosin M91 Dragoon, I'm pretty sure, because I have suspiciously 5 of them that I'm not using currently. Yeah, you can just use this as a rifleman squad for the most of the time. Give them any of your favorite semi-auto rifles, and that's pretty much it. At low BRs, you might be able to use this thing effectively, but the downside is that you can't change it. Like, you're literally stuck with this. So that's why it is so low in our top. Now the next one up here, we have the AT-44 Assaulter squad, and you might be wondering why it is so low. It is a super cool squad. It has a very good weapon handling perk points available. It has a really good weapon, accurate, decently fast firing, 30 round mag. The recoil stats are really good. The only downside for this one is you can't really change out the weapon if you would like to, and I know with Soviets it's kind of spoiled. We've kind of spoiled with Soviet squads because a lot of them can change actually the guns, but that's the reason why it is so low in our top. And the cool thing is you have the engineer in the squad as well. Overall, this is an amazing squad. Now, right before the podium, in the 4th place, we have BT-7A F-32 variant with the 76mm cannon, carrying the good old Soviet AP-HE-BC shell. Now, this thing is something that can literally punch above its weight. You can find a higher BR tanks, a side shot, side turret shot. This shell is gonna pen, and it's gonna absolutely usually one-shot enemies. It's fast maneuverable with a decent reload. Only downside being it really doesn't have good armor, and you only have 3 crew, so you don't want to be hit, but this thing can be absolute hell on the flank. Now, touching on to top 3, we have it's an engineering squad, but I want to call it engineering assaulter squad. It's a fairly recent event squad for the Soviets with Fyodorov Automat it came with, and this is in top 3 because it is fully fledged engineering. So like every single guy is an engineer, and you can build literally all of the coolest stuff you can think of in the game. And an absolutely amazing plus to this is you can still switch out the gun, you can go down to low BRs, and you still have all the perks of these engineers, which is really OP and just cool. Now in the 2nd place, just so community don't yell at me that I've put a vehicle in the 1st place, in the 2nd place you have our recent T-34-100, which is your basic T-34. Now with the downsides, pretty poor armor. You're really not gonna bounce much. Well, pretty much anything. Like BR2 tanks can take this thing out, so it's not really OP. You don't really have many crew because it's still a small T-34. You only have 4 of the crew, and that's pretty much it for the downsides. Now on the upsides, it is fast, it is maneuverable, the turret traverse is fairly quick, and you have a 100mm LB1 cannon, which is pretty insane, with the same good old AP-HE-BC shell, which when it pens, it usually does is super critical damage or just straight up one-shots. Now, in the first place, I've placed the Paratrooper Event Squad, and I can explain you why the Engineering Squad is not in the first place. The Paratrooper Event Squad is in the first place because you can land wherever you want instantly on the map and still be an engineer at the same time, and you can build ambush, AT, mortar, whatever you want. It is super flexible, comes with the Fyodorov Automat in the hand as well, and to put it like in even larger OP region, you can swap out the weapon and take this Para Squad all the way down to low BRs, which is crazy to think. And these are all of my top 7, well, my only 7 Soviet event squads. We're gonna be moving on to, I believe, checking my notes, to USA. Here we go. And for US, I have 7 event squads. That's of course if I've found all of them, because it's actually quite tricky to gather them up and find all of them in the game, because not all of them has this event icon for some reason. And I would really like them to change the event icon to be different than the ones you buy from a Golden Order that is just with a cool camo or livery. There should be 2 different like icons in my mind. Anyway, starting from the very bottom, we have, in the last place, we have a Paratrooper Squad with an M1A1 carbine that you cannot change. You're stuck with this gun, a BR2, that's what it is. I can't stand this weapon. Even being paratroopers isn't gonna save the squad. I've literally never ever played it. Now, in the second to last place, which is 6th place in the American top, we have the Austin Mark 1, which is basically a Sten family weapon, which I really like. Actually, I don't know why the squad is so low. I really like it, especially for low tiers. It's BR2 perfect, so you're never gonna get up tier to high tiers. And it comes with an engineering. I guess the only downside is that you can't change out the weapon as most of the Soviet squads can. Now, in the 5th place, we have the Universal Carrier, which we had an absolute blast recording a video on. This thing's pretty cool. It's easy to hide because it's small, and you have 2 guys in your squad that can carry SMGs. Then you have 1 AT guy, which is pretty cool, and a gunner on top of that. For the AT guy, obviously you pick which AT weapon you want, and this thing aiming at planes gets the lead indicator, so this can on some occasions work as an SPAA. So all around pretty interesting squad in Enlisted. Now, in the 4th place, again, we have a very recent Whirlwind Mark 1 twin engine bomber fighter thingy on kind of a slippy battle rating. That's why we are in only 4th place, because if you get down tiered, it's pretty good. If you get up tiered, it can be pretty painful. You have the amazing 500-pound bombs, which are spread apart quite far, so you kind of need to learn how to drop bombs with this thing. And obviously these 4 Hispano Mark 1 cannons, the 20 mils, they are joined up so closely that if you hit the enemy, it's probably going to take hit from multiple rounds at the same time. The only massive downside, 240 rounds for 4 barrels. It is laughable amount of ammunition on this thing, so that's a big shame. Moving on to top 3, in the 3rd place, we have the BSA Wellgun Paratrooper Squad. No, you can't change out the weapon. That is a shame, but this thing is super user-friendly. Playing this squad, I've got a feeling that I play Germany and I'm using MP40, and that is one of the most friendly guns in the whole game. That's why I absolutely love it. 32 rounds of ammo, decent recoil stats, and you're a paratrooper. You can drop and pick up anything from the crate, which is pretty cool. Again, in the 2nd place, so people don't yell at me that I've put a vehicle in the top spot, we have a rather rare, I would like to think at least, P-47 D22RE. A long time ago, this was a event squad. Now that the M8 rockets don't actually work as well as they used to, at least against tanks, infantry is still pretty easy to take out if you get these close to them. This thing still comes with the amazing 500-pound bomb, just like the original P-47, and you have these insane 8 M2 Browning machine guns with like tons of crap, tons of ammo for days. Obviously, it still flies as a P-47, but it has all of the good traits of the original one, apart from the HWAR. So that's why this thing is in the 2nd place. And in the 1st place, I don't even know why, we have the Vickers Mark 1 number 2 Paratrooper Squad. This thing hits like an absolute train. Like, if you hit someone with this thing, it hits like an absolute train. With 100-round drum mag, you just like you can shoot for days before you need to reload. Super good damage, hit power. The recoil stats are not the best, but again, once you hit the target, it's pretty cool. And no, you cannot change out the weapon. And if you're not satisfied with this one, you can drop down down and pick anything from the crate. So again, flexibility. I can see the kind of trend, the paratrooper squads on top of the list. Now moving on to Germans, which I have the most amount of event squads, which is 10, I believe, and I can't even fit them all in my squad list here. So we're gonna start from the very bottom, and in the last place, in the 10th place, we got the Focke-Wulf 189A1, one of the rarest event squads in the whole game. And as dinky and weird it looks like, with 50 kilo bombs being able to take out tanks and infantry very well, it is slow, it is extremely maneuverable, but it's slow, it doesn't have really good guns at all, and it's gimmicky. Let's put it that way. It is very gimmicky, more than effective. So that's why this thing is sitting at the very last place. In the second to last place, we got the counter squad for the Soviet anti-tank rifle squad. At the same event, you were able to get this ZH-29 with the WZ-35AT rifle, which, you guessed it, you can't change out. You've kind of stuck with this thing. Again, you can use the squad as just like a rifleman squad with your favorite semi-auto rifles. And again, you can change out the main gun, which is pretty cool, so you can bring it up or down tier as you like. But that is the reason why it's in the place number 9. In the 8th place, weirdly, we're gonna have the Jagdpanzer IV, and you'd be like, wait a minute, is this event squad? You have this in a Tech 3, and you would be completely right. It is just under here. There's the Jagdpanzer IV. If we take a look at it, it is slightly different. Yeah, you're missing some of the things that you get on the event one, which is the add-on track armor, which is actually real. These tracks are actually real armor, so that's pretty cool. These sandbags are cosmetic. They're only cosmetic. That's yeah. Why this thing is in such a low place? Because Germans have many good tanks, and without top machine gun or a turret that you can traverse, this thing is not really effective at all. That's why that's all I'm gonna say. It's just not effective at all in the combat. That's why it is so low. In the whatever the next place is, we have the Flak Panzer I, which is so much better than the Soviet milk truck. This thing takes down planes fairly easily. Again, same traits, you're completely open, so it's very easy to get yourself killed, but this thing is at least good at what it was made to do. So a thumbs up for that. And gun depression looking forwards is so much better than the milk truck, because you don't have the big massive cab on the front. If it feels like I'm rushing, I'm kinda am. I really don't want this video to be too long, and I want to get through all of the event squad. Now in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th place, we have the SDKevs 251-9, the recent APC event squad, which has the 75mm cannon spitting HE and AP goodness, and it's in a very slippy BR. If you get it down tier, this can pretty much fight tanks, which is hilarious. If you get it up tier, you can still obviously use it as an APC, and you can actually be a solid hindrance to the enemy team. It has the stiffly mounted MG42, I believe it is. So wherever you look with the main cannon, that's where the MG42 looks like. You can't separately swivel that around, which is a bit of a shame. Now in the 5th place, we have the FG42 paratrooper squad with the grenade launcher, and yeah, the gun is fine. It's cool that you have the grenade launcher, but it's just not as effective as some of the Soviet squads. That's why this thing is in such a low place, and you can't swap out the gun, so it is what it is. You're stuck at top tier, and that's what you have. Now the next one in top 4, we have the MP40 Special Forces Silent Squad. Now this is a super cool squad, because if you look closely, not only all of these guys are carrying SMGs, which are pretty good actually. Supposedly silenced weapons draw less attention to enemy AI, and this thing has been dropped from like BR4 to BR2, which is pretty cool. It is really OP at lower BRs, and you get an anti-tank guy here as well, which basically this is the weapon that dictates your battle rating, because by choosing this one, you're either going to bring yourself up or down the tiers. And you got an engineer as well, which can, by the way, build a lot of cool stuff straight out of the box. So this is a very cool squad, just outside of the top 3. Now in top 3, we have interesting squads. We have the Horn STG Assault Squad, which I really like. You have an engineer as well with it. This thing is super accurate. Like, I love the sight of it, if you can call it a sight. I like the fire rate is not the fastest, but 30 round mag, and with a super good accuracy, really good recoil stats. This weapon is just super easy to use. You can't swap it out if you want to. Sorry, that's what it is. And for the gun handling, I believe you get 25 points. Look at all of the recoil reduction you can have if that's what you like. Seemingly, that's what I like. It is crazy. 25 under the weapon controls is just crazy. That's why it's in top 3. In the second place, we have the STG-44 engineering slash kind of assault squad, which is crazy. Like, it has, again, solid perk points, especially for mobility. And at the same time, it comes with fully fledged out STG, which you can change out for some reason if you want to. I guess if you want to bring the squad down to low tiers, you can do so. But it comes with an STG, which is hands down one of the best guns in the game. And obviously, being an event squad for engineers, you can build all of the coolest stuff you can ever wish for. In the second place, why is it not in the first place? Because in the first place, we have an OG-43 paratrooper squad, which actually is only BR2. So it's crazy. It is BR2. You can drop down behind enemy lines, pull out a flamethrower, cook the whole cap zone, and just straight away take it. It's just purely top spot because it has the opportunity for the flamethrower straight out of the crate. I really hope I haven't messed it up. I think it's this squad. I'm pretty sure it's this squad. And if you really don't want to use the flamethrower, then the weapon itself, shame it has only 20 rounds in the mag, is pretty solid and easy, very user-friendly gun to use, the OG-43. And that is my Germany top 10 of event squads. And moving on to Japan, very fast and easy because I really barely have any event squads for Japan. I have only 2 places. In the second place, straight on the podium, we have the Type 99 rifle squad, along with hell of a lot of guys. Is it like 9? Is it 9? It is 9, yeah. Can you change out the gun? No, you can't. That's probably a reason why I really don't play this, because Japan has, you know, it has so many good weapons. One side, why would you play this? On the other end, it has 28 hit power, so that's pretty crazy. Hits like a tank, but I never really used this. And in the first place, again, we have a paratrooper Type 100 rifle paratrooper squad. No, you cannot change out the weapon, but if you drop down on the ground and you select from the crate the assault weapon, I'm pretty sure you get Tokyo Arsenal, which is good enough for itself. So this is my top 2 for Japanese event squads. Now, if you guess down in the comment section below how many event squads do I have, so if you do the maths, we got 7, 7, 10, and 2. That should be 7, 7, 14, plus 10, 24, plus 2, 26 altogether. That's bearing in mind if I've not missed any, because I think that's all I have. Yeah, I still think that squads should have their separate own... You see this marker here? Like, it is exactly the same for the vehicles that you buy with a unique camo from the battle pass. If you buy one of these, this is automatically is gonna have exactly the same icon, which kind of messes up your mind. I really think the event ones should have a unique one, and the Golden Order ones should have a unique one as well. Different one. I don't know. Make it happen, Darkfall, please, because it's pain to kind of know if it's a golden one or event one. So yeah, just for a little bit of a tidiness in the game. That's where I'm gonna leave you guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you comment down below of the coolest event squads that you have, that I have, that you like, that you don't like. Let me know down if there's any event squads that you didn't even know exist that I've showed you today. And that's where I'm gonna leave you. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.